Well, this is fitting that the camera is crooked. It's 4:45 in the morning. I'm waiting for my driver to show up because we're on our way to Rouse and Company morning show. I'm just looking for her. It's not really my driver. It's Heidi. You all know her. So we're going to go. We're going to spend the morning with the three of them and celebrate their 1-year anniversary, which is tomorrow, I do believe, is their first show. So we're excited to spend today with them and get ready and help celebrate. And here's the show.
$7:49, the Rouse and Company show. As I mentioned here a few minutes ago when Lynette was on with us, we are being filmed this morning during the show and not during the show, when we're not on the air and off the air. And,
I think we're actually funnier when we're off the air.
Well, I think Richard will be the judge of that.
I just hope you don't get kicked off.
Kicked off the air?
Once this airs, yeah. I can't guarantee anything.
All right, Richard, what is the purpose of you guys being in here today?
It's for the lawsuit I have coming against me.
No, you don't.
Well said, Rouse.
Great job.
I don't think I was supposed to say that.
Gotta go.
Okay. And we're canceled.
All right.
So it's for my online talk show. I do like a daytime, afternoon talk show once a week.
And what's this show called?
Well, thank God I got the job because it's called The Richard Wilmore Show.
Oh, it's perfect
So
for you.
it was.
Wow.
It really
It
was
all
made
worked
for
out
you.
in the end.
Yeah, that's good. That was lucky, wasn't it?
It was lucky.
Amazing how it worked
I was
out.
going to apply and then I didn't, and then I thought, well, maybe I should.
Yeah. So what do you do on this show?
Anything.
Anything you feel like, right?
Anything. It's my show, so I
Yeah.
get to do what I want. We have authors, musicians. We just filmed a show yesterday with a guy who travels around to brag about donuts. The donut bragger was on. Can you imagine that
Donut
job?
bragger?
Yeah.
He
He travels around to donut shops, tastes them, takes a picture, posts it, and then that's... Can you imagine?
Does he always brag, or are there some times when he says, "Ooh, this donut was not"?
Sometimes it's not donut bragger approved.
Oh.
Okay.
It's his hashtag.
Nice.
Okay, all right.
And he has donuts named after him.
No kidding.
Can you imagine?
Like all over Maryland or the country? Or
the country. He's from Florida.
I want to see. Where can I see this show?
It airs next Monday. No, 2 Mondays. Your show is next Monday.
Are you ready? Because it's time to shape up Harford County. So grab a friend, as many as you want, and join the party. Shape Up Harford County is an exclusive group dedicated to motivating every member to turn the impossible into I'm possible. Group activities like Pound, Bike in the Park days, cardio drumming, and more are free to the group. Find us on Facebook and let's get in shape.
Well, I think for us, like,
wacky things.
our 28-hour show.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
marathon.
That's something that, it was hard, but I think we'll all agree.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
glad we did it.
What did
But
you
it
do
was
it for?
crazy.
It was a stupid bet I made with him.
Yeah, it's anything dumb that we do is because of
Right.
Yeah.
usually a bet.
Right.
He kind of gets us in a corner.
Yeah.
Get roped into it.
You know, Lynette Charles, who does our weather, who's on ABC too, and she does some outside stuff with us too. And so we had a bet. It was basically football picks, and she went down, man. She went down.
A whole football season of hearing that.
Man.
She's gonna be watching this video just like
But
Throwing
grinding her
stuff at
teeth.
it.
Yeah.
But Richard,
Rouse!
the bad thing about it was it sort of backfired because the
Sort of.
bet was if she lost, she would have to be on the air for a marathon broadcast of 24 hours. Well, I didn't quite think it through because if she's never been in radio, so she would have no idea how to do the show.
So we had to be.
Thus,
Yeah.
we were also stuck, and not only for 24 hours because she came in after the show on the first day, so
Right.
we were on for 28 hours.
Straight.
So we actually had to pay up worse than she did.
Yes.
I don't know how it all
She
happened.
owes you something.
She does, for sure.
Like money, something.
Right.
Yeah, right.
monetarily.
I'd be happy with pizza.
I think my favorite thing about that was we had listeners that literally stuck through us all the way
Yeah,
through.
it was
We
amazing.
did an instant request at like 10:30 or something like that.
And a whole
We
bunch of
had
people
like
call.
7 or 8 people calling. I want to hear this song. I want to hear this song. It
We're
was just
hanging
kinda
with
like,
you. We've got you
these-
on the whole day.
They're still awake. Like we're barely awake. We still have people listening to us.
Yeah.
At that time, it may have actually been 28 people.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably,
Okay.
definitely.
But it was so funny during that broadcast how you go in a wave.
Yeah.
You know, there was even throughout the night. You're kind of like, I don't know, get a little burst of energy.
Yeah.
Then, but
You're dying, and then you're like,
when did we
13
figure
hours left to go.
I saw that sheet actually yesterday in my yellow pad where I had to write because I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
19 hours down, hour 20 coming next. That's
We
what
couldn't
were-
even figure out the numbers anymore at the
Oh my
back.
God.
Oh.
I did notice that there is no coffee in this room, which makes me a little nervous to know people who
It's in
don't.
there.
You drink
I
coffee?
drink
He
a
drinks
lot of
That's the
coffee.
only
we
one
don't.
though. Tracy and I do not drink
Usually by
coffee.
10:15 I'm like this.
That needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
If something's wrong.
I know.
I agree with
How do
you.
you do it? Every day. I mean, you come in late.
We look.
Yeah, some of us get more sleep than others.
Exactly.
You have no idea what I took this morning to get here in 20 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I've never drank coffee.
And
I've
neither have
been
I, so
doing
I
this
think-
a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I think your body just, even though you hate it, every morning you wake up and the alarm goes off and you think, God, this is just the worst job in the history of jobs. Then you start to move around and get going, and then you're like, okay, maybe it's so bad. And then by the time you're here and we're together and we're doing our show, you're like, God, I love this job.
The coolest part of the whole thing is actually from 6 to 10.
Yeah.
I mean, for me anyway. I mean, all the other stuff is I could really take it or leave it, to be honest with you. But you know, that's
That's the job part.
what keeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what keeps me doing this. You know. Hell, I should have retired. I should be on a beach right now, something instead of messing around here and at night stumbling into the woods.
I'll gladly go to a beach and interview you there. I'll do that. Can we talk a little bit about your thoughts on maybe the future of radio with podcasts and, you know, people
Very
doing
good question.
talk shows in their basement, and you can kind of do a show whenever.
We look at those
wherever.
people as really weirdos.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. I always said, I'm like, you know, there was a time when the internet first started that if you were to ask someone to come hang out in your basement with you
Yeah.
via a message
Yeah.
on the internet, you would probably end up on the 2020 show.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
to catch a
kidding.
predator.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the question?
I don't remember.
Future- it's
like
about
the
the
future
future
of
of
radio, or like how
Right.
you think this is all changing.
Go ahead, Trace. Tell the man.
Well, I mean, things are constantly changing and evolving, you know, especially with the new technologies. If you had said something about Facebook, 20 years ago, people wouldn't even understand what you're talking about. So there is, you know, we have to be more visual by nature. You know, there's more photos, there's more videos, there's things like that that you have to be aware of. People still listen, though, to radio in their cars. Now, you might have a Pandora, you might have different things like that, but at the end of the day, we are still the most,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how it's lasted, really.
It really
when you
has.
think about it. I saw a stat the other day where it said, 96% of all Americans listen to the radio at least
some point through their day.
through the day.
Shocking.
Almost everybody. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's still hanging in there, and just all this other stuff is just adding on to it, I
Well,
guess.
the interesting thing is we went through a period with radio where everybody was an independent type of a jock. So you had the Rouse and Company show and things like that, and then it seemed like the big guys kind of came in, took over everything, and everything was very cookie cutter. So you had your very specific lines and all that. Well, I think it's going back to the way it used to be, which is more of personality driven.
Yeah, and it's going to because, CBS, iHeartRadio, all these humongous corporations came in and bought up all these radio stations, and they were really going to do something with this business, and it's just been, number one, ruined by Congress when they voted in the law where, a company could have X percent of stations and stuff, so all these big boys came in and bought up 8 or 9 stations. And that to me was really where radio started going down.
Yeah.
But now, they are so in debt, and you're seeing CBS getting rid of all their radio stations. iHeart is $24 billion in debt, so that's going to be busted up. And it's really, I don't know. We kind of think it's going to go around the whole
Come
cycle.
full circle.
And they're going to have to sell these stations off. So,
Then you have local owners again.
Yeah, local owners again, and maybe get back to a little more personality driven radio. I mean, time will tell, but that seems to be what might be happening.
I think at least for us, being a small family-owned station, there's not, a lot of people here like there are with some of the bigger stations.
Yeah.
But for us in terrestrial radio, we've been embracing the digital technology, which I think leaves us with our methods of streaming and trying to figure out how, the multiple ways to get our stream out there, because we know not everybody is listening necessarily to 1370 AM or 99.9 FM in Harford County. But additionally, we do a lot of podcasting and stuff. And I mean, it's just...
Well, look at an app now. You go on your phone, you push one button, and you have us live.
Yeah.
Or you can listen to our podcast.
It's so simple.
Or all these other things.
Yeah, the point of radio at one time was that it was live and you were getting it right there. Now you can
You can stream it
listen
later.
to it. Yeah.
So we push the other platforms that people can listen to us, because we know that there are people that do listen to us. Like, we have a lot of people that listen via the app, so we're constantly trying to remind people that.
And I think what's been cool about with our show is because there's a lot of people that grew up in Baltimore that listen to the old show, but now they've moved to other states. Well, as soon as they find out because of social media that we're back, they're listening on the app in different states. Oh, this reminds me, it's so great to hear it again. And so we have, yes, we're radio, but we're national, we're international. So.
Internet, we're big in Europe. Big, huge.
Well,
I would have thought Australia.
Actually, Iceland.
Iceland loves
Love
us.
us in Reykjavik.
Reykjavik, #1.
Yep.
It's I don't even know why, but
I don't know, you should get some.
yeah. Another thing I want to mention too is with this show, we've got, like, Pat's 32. We won't tell Tracy's age, but
I'm in my 40s.
She's in between us, and I'm 66. So it's
Different perspectives.
it's totally different
Different periods of
perspectives
life.
and stuff that I just hardly know about. These guys are like so into
The
and,
Snapchat.
yeah, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So
The social media.
I feel like but that I think comes over on the show too. Just with whatever we're discussing. I've got the back in the day stories. We never did that or whatever, and these guys are like, what? I mean, I think that's kind of fun for listeners.
Yeah, then everybody can relate to
Right,
someone.
exactly.
Well,
And
if you
that's how you set up a show. That's like the old show. I mean, everybody, they might hate me, but we love Tracy, or whatever. There's always a character that can relate to most people listening. So.
Well, and even if you just look at children for us, his daughter's 2. I've got that, teenager through early 20s, and then your kids are older. So
I have a 73-year-old daughter.
You're 66.
Yeah, so
She looks great for her age.
yeah, that happened in Iceland with a metric system.
Oh, that's why. That's why we're #1.
We'll,
you go.
we'll investigate
What is
that.
it?
That's a special
Yes.
show. Are you guys doing anything to celebrate this week?
Your show.
My show.
And drinking.
And drinking
Yes.
on my show.
Well, not Tracy. Tracy will
Yeah,
be
I
drinking
don't
milk.
Could we
She
drink
can
on your
drive
show?
We can do whatever we want.
All right, let's get
I
the
know,
book.
that's the
I
beauty of
know.
this.
That's awesome.
No
Unless,
FCC.
yeah, unless Mark Zuckerberg calls me and tells me that I'm fired.
That could happen.
Yeah, then I'll just talk to him and we make it into a show.
There you go.
Now, you always wanted to have your own show, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to host your own talk show.
I want the goal at some point is to get out of my basement and do a live TV show.
That's my
Do
goal
live.
too, by the way. To get out of
To move
the
out of your
basement.
basement.
One day.
I'm at least out of my mom's basement. So
Who when you were growing up, who were you, looking at and, wanting to be mentored by, if you could have been?
I love how we switched the interview.
I was.
Well, sorry, that's what I do.
I
I'm interested in people, sorry.
was like 12, and Rosie O'Donnell was just starting on TV. And I was a small kid in northern Wisconsin, and I was like, there's something about her. She reminds me of my mom. She looks like my mom. And then she came out, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that's the connection.
Okay.
You know?
There you go.
And just that, like, party, like you guys said, she had a party every single
Right,
day,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
love talking to just random people, and just celebrating.
Yeah, it's
everyone.
fun,
I
yeah.
think it's so much fun.
I mean, it's so hard. I have 6 children. Okay. And
Mine's been busy.
it's a little tough because I knew exactly what I wanted to do ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I mean, this was what I wanted to be an entertainer in some form, you know.
You decided to go radio instead.
And yeah, right.
See, I stupidly went. I always wanted to do radio, so it was like specific to what I wanted to do.
So it's the only trouble with that is most people don't have that. Most people, I mean, there's still some of my kids are like, nah, I'm not sure what I want to do, and I don't know, I was like, what? What are you kidding? Because I never went through that, you know. And I think you're kind of doing the same thing, right?
And I never
Get
wanted
do
it
what you
really to
wanna
be
do.
about me, because I don't like getting my picture taken. But I wanted it to be a platform for everybody else
Mhm.
to give them a place.
You're so unselfish.
We hate getting photos too.
Yeah,
Can't
right.
stand it.
Every
Can't stand it.
every day we're in the studio. Tracy's like this.
Oh no, it's me and Pat.
Do you have any
I
buggers?
am watching. Every time I see Tracy turn the front-facing camera around, I'm like this. I'm trying to get
I always wait for
Hi.
him to photobomb because it's every single
every
photo.
picture, every picture.
And Pat has the greatest expressions, man. They're just hilarious.
Just
Oh
a
my
goof. What
God.
can I say?
So what's the future of the show?
Taking on the world.
Yeah.
We're actually getting canceled the day after our 1-year
Good.
anniversary.
That's how you're celebrating.
I
The
think
unemployment line.
Pink slips.
I think the future of the show is 104 listeners.
Yes.
That's what we're
yes.
gonna go with.
Hopefully after
We do
this
have
airs,
Yeah.
maybe even 105.
Well,
If we can do
that's
two or-
too many.
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
too many.
If we can do 2 or 3 new listeners every year, I think we're really
We'll
gonna
be
nail
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
Gonna make it
2035,
someday.
we'll be the number 7 radio show.
Something like that.
You'll be in Steve's in the
Funeral?
yeah.
Is that what you were gonna say?
I was
Go
gonna
ahead
go,
and say
I
it.
was gonna
Go
go
ahead, say it.
before that.
Go
of
ahead.
You
the
went
nursing
there.
home.
Go, yep.
What? Oh, man,
Nursing
do I have
home.
to
Well,
teach
that's
you
a lot
something?
better.
All your
No, that's a
nursing
lot
home
better.
friends will listen.
Nursing home.
Here, Steve, this is a microphone.
Arr. No, don't bite it.
Hello, everybody. Get off my lawn. Not your
What?
lawn, old
No,
man.
sir.
I won't take any more of your time. I feel like you guys have a bunch of crap to do today.
We always
No,
do.
we don't.
So-
Nah.
I do.
Nothing.
I've actually.
You have a lot of crap.
I gotta go back to the
Do you?
home.
Do you need a ride?
Do you have the van?
Let's get the van. Yeah.
Back in the day, we used to
Oh,
call
here we
it
go.
the men in the white coats. You
Back
know?
in the day.
Back in the day. Thanks, guys, so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks
For
for
having
coming
us
in.
out here.
Absolutely.
It's been fun. You want to do this next
Congratulations.
week?
Yep. I'll be
Okay,
here.
all right, good. That'll
He
be
wants to know
the.
if we can start the
That's
show
the
later in the day.
drinking program.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, if we can do an
There you go.
afternoon program,
Exactly.
I'll come back
Okay.
and take that third microphone.
So I guess we'll never see you again. But
This is
thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you.
Really,
Nice
it was
meeting
great.
you.
Yay.
Good luck.
Yay!
Let's talk about spring cleaning and sprucing up our wardrobes. Did you know now is the perfect time to trim back what we don't need and blossom into our spring style with a right fit closet edit or a right fit personal shopping trip? For more info, you can call me or check out therightfit.net because it's never too late to take the stress out of getting dressed.
He's a big
He's a big
boy.
boy. He can handle it.
Yes, all right. All right, before we go, we're going to say goodbye to Richard here, who has been in filming all morning long.
I feel bad for him.
You didn't kick me out, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so
You were scared to go in the hallway because of the smell.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's why we feel bad for him. He had to stick through the whole
and
show.
that's why paybacks are going to be hell, because here we have a gentleman and his lovely associate Heidi in here filming the show, guests of ours, and
Yeah.
somebody throws a stink bomb
So
in the
it-
hallway. And we have Paula King, one of our biggest sponsors of
Yeah.
the show, and you know these people can barely.
What kind of place is this?
Yeah, see.
We ask that every day, every single day.
Yeah.
When we come here. What kind of place
So we
is
did
this?
get an official email,
Yeah.
company email, that it was in fact a stink bomb. So,
Who did the email come from?
well, it came from management and in very firm terms said, do not ever do that.
Wait, I didn't get this email.
Yeah, and so I guess it was in the newsroom is where the stink bomb went off.
No kidding.
Breaking
Interesting.
news. Breaking
Yes.
news.
There we have it.
Yeah.
We have it. Tracy Hart reporting.
Mm-hmm.
So Richard, name of the show is
The Richard Wilmore Show.
The Richard Wilmore Show. You can see it on
Facebook, YouTube, you know, everything.
all
We'll
the
have a link
social
to it
media. We'll have a link
from
to it.
when we do the show.
And our show will be on probably
It'll air Monday, the 15th. Is when
Monday.
it'll get.
Day before our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary is Tuesday the 16th. Do you think you got enough stuff to make a halfway decent show?
Well, we've been here since 3 a.m. and it's now almost 10. So if I can't find 20 minutes of good footage, we're in trouble.
Oh boy.
So you've been here since 3 a.m. I've been here since about
7?
9:30.
Exactly.
Right. So it might not be a lot of Rouse and Company.
Okay, all right, got it.
Just be the company.
Got it. All right, man. Well, we're looking forward to it. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was fun for sure. All right, gotta go. Have yourself a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Oh, geez, we've got company photos today too, don't we?
We do.
We got toothpaste.
You have toothpaste down in front of you. I
Okay,
can't take you
You
anywhere.
look like a slob.
Yeah, well,
thank
that's
you.
normal.
Perfect. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Maybe. With the Rouse and Company show on the Big Thursday show. Here's Pat with traffic.
Thank you, Steve. And again, traffic not looking.
Oh, jeez. That'll be fun.
She's a tank.
We're super excited to start a little partnership with the Humane Society of Harford County. We're going to be here every week showing you pets. Because why not? Because all the pets here need homes, so you might as well know about them. Jessica, who do we have here?
This is 6-year-old Turkey.
Turkey.
She is
Did
a,
you name her that, or did she come
she
in with
came
that?
in with it. She actually came in with another one, Potato. So it's Turkey and Potato. We got them around Thanksgiving. So she's been here a while. She's 6. She's some kind of pit mix. We're not really sure what. She's spayed up to date on her shots. She is pretty strong and sturdy.
And run here.
She's a sturdy girly.
She's tiny, but she's...
Tiny but mighty.
Yeah, she sure is.
She is.
Is there anything people need to know about her?
So Turkey, even though she came in with a dog, is not suitable with other dogs, but she has tested favorably with children of all ages and actually cats, but we would definitely recommend a retest with cats because once they're out of here, we can never say 100% for sure. But as you can see, actually when she sits very nice. She's very polite. She is a little bit strong on the leash, so she does need someone that'll just kind of keep her in check and remind her to use her manners. But she is an absolute staff and volunteer favorite. She is a doll baby. We love our Turkey.
And she loves you. If someone watching wants Turkey, how do we get her?
So they need to come in, fill out an application, do the meet and greet with her because she can't go with other dogs. She must be in a, not in a home with other dogs. But we don't do the cat to dog testing here anymore. It was just too stressful. So we might say maybe not take her right home with a cat. Maybe give her the 21-day shutdown and let her adjust because shelter life is stressful. Even though I have to say, Turkey is one of those, she's a gem. She just really kind of hangs out, very chill, very mellow. She doesn't really get disturbed when the other dogs are barking. She's 6, so she's a little bit up there, but she really does love a good hike. But she's very, very chill. Most of the time you find her on her bed, like snuggled under a blanket. She's chill.
How much does she weigh? She's so tiny.
She's a little tank. I'd say she's about 55 pounds.
Oh, okay. Well,
She's a little tank, right?
you want to go home to someone?
In a loving way, you're a tank. Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
Belly.
How adorable.
She the best girl.
Thanks, Turkey. I hope to never see you again. I hope you... Okay, bye.
Hi, Turkey. Good girl. This is Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
Rosie is 1.5 years old, American sable rabbit. So she's kind of bigger than the average size rabbit. She's learning how to be held. Most rabbits actually don't really care for being held, but sometimes they'll sit in your lap nice and quiet. Good girl. So she's learning how to be held and how to be a good girl. And she's also available for adoption.
Are they good with other? No.
Rabbits are pretty territorial creatures. Actually, they establish a hierarchy, which is kind of funny if, you think about, rabbits going to war or whatever. They should always be, partnered, female, male, male, female.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes female, female's fine, and sometimes bucks, if they're neutered early enough, they're okay, buck to buck, but it depends on when they were neutered and how they've established their little bunny hierarchy. But
they're not the world's easiest pet for children, which I think is why we see a lot of rabbits and why I started doing rabbit rescue personally. They're complex. They have really delicate, intricate stomachs, so they need a really special diet. Actually, their stomach mimics a horse's stomach, so they need a lot of hay. They can have fresh veggies, and the pellets are sort of secondary in their diet. They should have the pellets, but hay is really the most important for them. And they're fresh veggies and fruits. But they can be litter box trained. They can be leash trained. They make really cool therapy pets as long as they've been handled and socialized enough. But I'm a big fan of rabbits. I think they're really cool little critters, and they do have a lot of personality. They're just not the most simplest pet. Like, you get a guinea and you're like, oh, it's pretty simple. But rabbits, they're a little bit more trying. So,
you were saying that there's sort of like a hierarchy. Like, should they be the only rabbit, or is it like recommended that they all like maybe actually have a friend?
They're super social, so they do well in pairs. It's just like, I don't know. You have to sort of. Well, you should do like an introduction if they're not.
Do they have
from
to
the
pick
same
their own
litter,
friends?
something like that. Yeah. Definitely, more than anything, encourage spaying and neutering of rabbits. The neuters tend to be a lot less expensive. The spays are a little bit more pricey, but female rabbits are prone to ovarian cancer, so it's pretty important to have them spayed before age of 2. And then the boys, the boys are simple. It's a simple snip, and then they're neutered. The females, it's a little bit more invasive, but
just like humans.
Just like humans. So, but Rosie would do well, I think. She's pretty mellow. She's chill. She's just learning what it's like to be held and be around people. She's still young enough that I think she'd be a really cool, therapy rabbit. I think she'd be a really cool pet. She's very chill. She's very laid back. She needs a bigger size cage, though. She wouldn't fit in like a small. She probably would do better in like a pen or.
She's a big girl.
She's a big girl.
But we still love you.
And she's working on her litter box manners too. But yeah, she's cool. She's one of the coolest rabbits we've had in here.
Is she the only rabbit here right now?
Yeah.
So get her.
Yeah, she's a
She's
a good girl. She's gonna make someone a really cool pet. She's super chill.
Well, thanks, Rosie, for hanging out.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks, Jessica.
Oh yeah, anytime.
We'll see you next week.
Also,
all right.
Maybe we'll have a llama next week
Yes.
for you. You're all right.